Hello everyone. Welcome to my channel. Thank you so much for stopping by. I told you that I was going to be sharing with you like a bit of my past artwork and original drawings and creations from years ago, and a bit of my art history. But before I do that, I want to show you, it came. My official coloring guidebook came in the mail. Finally, the final version that you will be receiving when you order your copy. The ultimate coloring guidebook for artists. Why do I keep saying artists first? For colorists, artists, crafters. And actually, this is kind of like my YouTube name because, my name is, Dollar Diva 99 Craft Color Art. So that's kind of like my little signature brand name, but all mixed up in different order. But anyway, yes, it came and I just wanted to show it to you. Look how thick. So super thick. And like I told you, it has that whole first book that I showed you in the last video, duplicated twice. So everything you saw in that last video, you have it all doubled. So this book can last you forever. And I also wanted to bring out a point that this book would also be very, very useful to those color tubers out there who have coloring channels. This is great for you to like color and schedule your coloring events and challenges. I know many of you have YouTube channels and you're always looking for a way to organize your thoughts and all of your things. So here you have a book. Everything's in one place. You don't have multiple places where you have your planner and what are you going to make YouTube videos about and all of your supplies. You can have all of that in one book so that you can kind of go through and say, oh, okay, so I have this particular supply that I just purchased. I think I want to make a video of that. So you can kind of like write in the margin. We're not eating butter, Nisi, okay? In the margin, you can write in the margin, make YouTube video on these pencils or on this book, do a flip through or something like that. And here you can kind of like schedule your video recording schedule and all that good stuff here in the calendar area. And there's plenty margin area where you can write notes in and all that good stuff. So if you'd like to see the full flip through of this book, check out the video that I will link right here above. And you can also find it in the description below. You'll also find the Amazon links where you can purchase this book. It is available Amazon US, Amazon UK, and I need to check that it's available for like Denmark, Australia, Japan, all those different places, but I think it is. I should know. Come on, Nacy, get on your game. But yes, you can go order your copy today. Thank you so much for your support. And like I said in my previous video, hey, I'm a part of this community. I will stay a part of this community. I would love to hear your suggestions and your thoughts about possibly an upcoming coloring book or book. Like I created, a couple of planners, like specifically for certain people, like my sister. She wanted a planner specifically for to keep up with her health items and medicine logging and so forth. So I created a planner for that and I love it. I got me a copy. As a matter of fact, I got me 2 copies. So if you would like to see that video, I will link that video either above or in the description below because I'm going to feature that book on my other channel, on my health and beauty channel. So let's get into the purpose of this video. So I have been drawing doing artwork and so forth all my life. You know, ever since I popped out, I probably came out with a coloring crayon in my hand. I don't know, but I've always loved art and drawing. And I know a lot of you are already familiar with some of my artwork and may have not have noticed or didn't know that I drew it and colored it in. But my profile picture, which I will insert here, my profile picture, I actually drew that and actually colored it in with one of my sets of alcohol markers. Oh my goodness, I drew this years ago because I wanted for my profile picture / brand logo to kind of represent me to the best degree. And I wanted it to be something unique and original and that really stood for who I am. And it's not really a self-portrait. It's kind of like the cartoon version that I guess picture myself being. I don't know. But anyways, you know, I didn't want to do one of those cartoon making apps where they take your original picture and just make it into like a cartoon colors or something. No, I wanted something original and unique. So yes, this is something that I drew maybe 3 or 4 years ago, something like that, and colored it in, like I said. And this is kind of the picture, that picture that you saw of me. That's the picture that I kind of went off of, you know, trying to mimic that hairstyle and so forth. But any hoosers, that's one of my artworks that I created. And let's see, the second item is actually, well, I'll go ahead and show you these. Smooth that out the way. Of course, you are familiar with some of my tutorial drawings that are super, super simple, of the mirror and dishes tutorial videos that I have. I'll link those above for you also, so you can go over there and check those out. These are actually digital downloads that are available for download for you to interactively follow along on my video. You can print these out and follow along in the tutorial. I need to do more tutorial videos of more of these items, but that will be coming soon. I have so much going on. I just want to do everything all the time. But I hand drew all of these also. So these 2 pages is actually featured in my, not that one. This one is featured in my first video, but these 2 are actually featured in my coloring book that I created. And this is the old one. This is the old dishes and whatever video that I did. So there are actually 4 videos out, but these 2 are the updated ones, and these 2 are the older videos. So that's some of my original artwork that you see there. And this next clip is a sketch that I did. It was a self-portrait that I sketched this out maybe, oh my gosh, maybe 6 years ago. 6 something, 6, 7, I don't know. It's been a long, long time. And I actually featured a lot of these things I'm about to show you in one of my older videos. Oh my goodness, it's ancient. It's an ancient video. And a lot of you probably didn't get to see that because I featured it at the end of the video after I showed you either a flip through or a haul. But I'll probably link that video also, so you can go back and see the hot mess of videos that I used to make back in the past. But anyway, you know, work with what you got. So those are some of the things that I created back then in the day. Next, it's a coloring page that I showed you on that older video also. So this is actually a picture out of this coloring book, Looking Possum. And this is how the image looked before I colored it in. So I actually have like duplicates of this book. So I colored her in, Little Miss Bunny. And when I finished coloring her in, it just, something was missing. And what was missing was her legs. I mean, she has no legs. I mean, where are her legs here? Come on. So I used to do this a lot of times when I was younger. I would like add my own spin to like coloring pages and stuff, and just add in things that I felt was missing. And I still do that, you know, with my adult coloring. I would add in little things, and I was like, she needs some legs. And so while I was doing her legs, I said, okay, she needs a background. Something needs to happen in this picture. So I gave her some legs, of course. And then I added in a swing set and a couple of trees and a little birdie right there and a slide with a little wolf baby that she's supposed to be babysitting. He sliding down the slide with his hands in the air. He gonna end up falling off that slide. So yes, she need to go watch him. So I also added in some flowers and some grass and all that good stuff. So yeah, that's a little bit of artwork that I added to a coloring page. Next is some of the artwork that I put in my sketchbook. And this was years and years and years and years and years ago. Oh my goodness, this was probably almost 10 years ago that I did these. Okay, let me get this stuff going here. All right, let's see. This was a flower that I drew and colored in. This was actually this was when I first started adult coloring, like right at the beginning of my journey. I drew this rose and colored it in with one of my super budget friendly pencils. And this was at the beginning of my coloring journey. Oh my gosh, it's a hot mess of coloring. Oh, but anyway, I drew this in, and I actually made like a little video of this, like a video short movie. This is supposed to be me. And of course, at that time I was on a diet, always trying to get healthy, but it was like the battle of the food, like food fight. The healthy foods battling against the foods that I love, which are the unhealthy foods. Yes. So I'm looking at the fight and I'm like, I wonder who gonna win, who gonna take siege of the plate. But anyway, you know, my brain is always creating some type of storyline to stuff. So yeah, that's what that's all about. Excuse me. But anyway, this is one of the things that I drew in. And here is another sketch that I created, kind of like a Bible sketch of, you know who that is. But anyway, colored that in. No, I didn't color that in. This was when I first bought a sketch set. It was a sketching set with your different types of pencils and charcoal and all that good stuff. So drew that, give you a little close up. There you go. I absolutely love her braid that I did. And that tree, love that tree. The next one I did was this one. It's a mom and her 3 kids, and she is having a hard time. It's the struggle, real life struggles. Okay. So there he is. He's wasted some type of something on the floor. It looks like some type of smoothie or oatmeal or something that he wastes there. And got the cleaning cloth on the, falling off the picture frame, and the baby is crying. It's just horrible. And they done wrote all over the wall. Got the crayons here. Got the little girl here. She watching something that she has no business watching. Some, you know, a person trying to hit the cat, ha ha ha, 9 lives to live. And then she, you know, it's just everything's going wrong. The bottle and the flour done fell, and she got an education, y'all. She got a diploma, but she's at home with the kids. She's not using that diploma right now, so because she gotta deal with all of this right here. So the next thing I drew was these flowers here, this rosebud and the rose here. Drew that with my sketching pad. And I drew a lot more things, but they have gotten lost. I don't know where they are. They're probably boxed up somewhere. But I have so many more sketches, and I need to draw more. Fill this sketch pad up. I have so many sketch pads that I need to use, but have not used. Yes, we're going to talk about that in this video. And while I'm talking, we will be looking at my new coloring book that I made, that I created. So yes, I got the real edition, guys. I got the one without the big not for resale on the front. And yeah, so I decided to start learning digital art and graphic design, digital coloring, all that good stuff, because I'm usually like I said, a pen, pencil, and paper type of artist. And that's all I knew, you know, so it would take me so long. Okay, I guess while I'm talking, I could be like flipping through this for you just in case you missed that flip through. And yeah, I'm usually a pen, pencil, and paper type of artist, like I told you in my previous video. And it took so long for me to like create artwork. I mean, it probably took me weeks to draw some of those pictures that you saw, because it's so much erasing and trying to get straight lines. And when you need a straight line, you got to go pull out a ruler, and it's just crazy. So I was kind of like, that's why I've been kind of hesitant to like create a coloring book, because I was like, I am not going through all of those things to be able to create a coloring book. Like most coloring book artists, they pencil sketch their, you know, drawing, and then they will outline it with a pen or a marker type, like a fine line marker. And then they will scan it into the computer and clean it up however they need to. And that process just seemed so daunting to me, because I have a very limited, allotted amount of energy that I have to issue out or divide out towards any activity that I may do. And it was just like, no, that was not an option for me to go through all that. So I decided to start learning graphic design and digital art and so forth. So when I started playing around with that and learning that and seeing how I can like create my art right there on the computer, using like my, what is it, the drawing tablet that I showed you in one of my previous videos. I'll link that above also, or you'll find it in the description below. I started using that, and it was just like, oh my goodness, I was in heaven. I was in art world drawing heaven. And so I got better and better at it. And eventually I started, you know, starting to teach myself how to do digital coloring, because I told you in that video that I showed you, that tablet, I featured the unboxing of that drawing tablet. I told you that you can actually color coloring pages and so forth using that tablet also. And I was going to show you how I did that, but that was hard too. It was difficult for me to like do the coloring. I was like, I wanted to learn more before I gave it to you, before I showed it to you. I wanted to learn, you know, more tricks and tips and hacks about it. But I wanted to do my own cover. I didn't want to outsource anything. So I got a little bit better at doing digital coloring, and everything has been so fun. Drawing every day on my coloring book creating journey, it took me all the way back to my childhood when I used to draw pictures, and I would create. I wish I still had a lot of those pictures that I used to drew that I used to draw. I had like pictures of scenes and just pretty much everything that you see in this book. That's what I used to draw as a child, like freehand and like storybook scenes and things like that. So yeah, this took me all the way back to my childhood, and I have been enjoying it so much. It's been like a stress reliever. It's added life back to my life. It's added so much to my hobby. Drawing has always been something that I've had a passion for, and now I'm able to share that passion with the people that mean the most to me, who's the people that share my passion for this hobby. So yeah. So that's you know, that's the background. That's the backstory on creating this book and creating the artwork and all the different things. But I want to just say a little bit about this book. Also, you might notice something. You might notice that all the pictures are portrait. You don't see any landscape pictures. Well, one of the big reasons for that is, number one, I feel landscape pictures are a little bit more difficult to color because they have more space. Because I know you're like, okay, a picture that's going up and down is the same amount of space as a picture that's going horizontally, okay? But in actuality, when you have a landscape picture, it takes more to kind of fill that space up. I know a lot of these pictures would have looked better as a landscape style. Like, for example, this one would have been so much better as a landscape because it could have been a bigger image and I could have fit more in it. But one thing that irritates me, and I don't know, comment below if this irritates you also. I cannot stand when a coloring book has a portrait picture, and then, especially if you're a color tuber or YouTuber and you're trying to do a flip through, I hate having to turn the next page and then do this. And then you turn the next page and then you have to do this. And then you turn the next page and you have to. I'm like, could you please put all the landscape and all the portrait, you know, pictures together? Like, I mean, do all portrait in the front and then do all landscape in the back or something, or vice versa, whatever. But it just kills me to have to keep turning my book over and over and over again. But hey, that's something very minuscule and meaningless, but it means something to me, because I'd be like, my wrist hurt. No, I'm just kidding. But yes, maybe not this next book, but maybe the book after that one, I will do some landscape type portraits. But I feel that I wanted a lot of my books to be simple and easy to color. So I didn't want to do too many objects in the pictures so that, you know, you wouldn't have too much to color to be able to finish a page. So that's why I did not do any landscape pictures in this particular coloring book. But if you are a fan of landscape pictures, you know, the orientation, not landscapes of the forest and so forth. If you like landscape orient pictures versus the portrait, let me know. Or if you like a variety of the two, let me know. And maybe my next book, after the one I'm working on, sneak peek, sneak hint, I'm working on my next coloring book. But I think all of those are going to be portrait. But I don't know, depending on how many of you come in and say, hey, put some landscape pictures in that book, Nisi, okay? We might have to do a little changing up. Your voice matters. Yes, it matters. So, yes. I can totally see me as a, young person drawing some of these exact same images. As a matter of fact, I probably did subconsciously create images from what I used to draw when I was, a younger person. And when I say younger person, I don't mean a kid. I used to draw as like a teenager. I would still be drawing. Like, that was not something that kids with Crayolas did. It was just a stress reliever for me. It was something that I enjoy doing so much, and keeping my mind active and creative by making them kind of like stories, and scenes. What's the person doing? Yes, I was that type that played with like the Barbie dolls and the different baby dolls, and they would be like having a conversation, and they would be doing stuff. They would go to the mall and have picnics and things like that. Not only did I like, dressing them up and making them all cute, but they had full-on lives, okay? So, yes, that has always been something that I have enjoyed, like, forever. So, we are reaching the end of this little video about my past, my background, things I, like to did in the past. If this is the type of video that you enjoy watching, let me know in the comments below. And I will try to make more videos like these. More, not really vlog type videos, but kind of videos of my past. Like storytelling, things that went on in my life, that go on in my life. Do you like videos like that? Let me know. But I'll try to keep it, coloring related, art related, because this is an art channel. This is a coloring crafters channel. So I know you're not here for the other stuff, right? So I didn't show you the bonus pages in my other video, because I'm like, hey, gotta purchase the book to see those bonus pages, but you will see them soon. Trust me, you will see them soon. But I just wanted, for those who purchase the book, I wanted for you to have a little something special, a little something extra, a little something that everyone doesn't have for a little while, because you are special, and I appreciate each one of you that purchased my books. Thank you so much. But I wanted to say that this book is now available on Etsy for a digital download. So I finally got that Etsy shop open. I will put it down below so that you can go there. If you don't want to purchase the particular book, the physical copy, you can purchase the digital copy and be able to print it out on your own paper. And another thing I just wanted to mention, I'm also working on my Facebook page. I'm creating an actual page, a marketplace page, where you can order the digital copy directly from me, and it'll be cheaper, less expensive than it is on Etsy, because the Etsy has so many different fees and listing fees and selling fees and all this other stuff. So by the time I sell anything on Etsy, they've taken out 50%, 60% of my royalties, or my earnings. They've taken it out for themselves. I understand it's a platform, they got to make money because they have employees and they're doing a lot of the legwork, but I'm like, I can do that legwork. I can fulfill orders and so forth, but hey, but if you prefer Etsy, it's available for you to go there. And the way I'm going to do the Facebook Marketplace store is, until I get like an official website, you can go there and you can request, hey, I would like to order the digital copy of this book or anything. you just, you can message me directly by clicking the little message button at the top of the screen, and I will show a screenshot of that, how that looks. You can just click the little message button at the top, and an automated message will come up, and it'll ask you what would you like to order, and you can tell me, and then I can you can go through, I'll send you an invoice, a PayPal invoice, where you can just pay through PayPal. You can also pay through like Cash App or Coffee, or just, whatever means of mostly PayPal will probably be the best method of payment, because most people have PayPal. So I send you the invoice, you pay it, and I automatically send you the digital download. I will also start featuring handmade crafts on like my Etsy and my Facebook Marketplace. I'm just gonna be a busy bee, and I'm loving it. I'm really enjoying all of these things because I've always been a creative person. I'm gonna start making, certain little, what's the word? Unique and customized items. So I'm looking forward to everything that is, that's happening. I'm so excited. So that will be it. That's all I think I have to say for this video. And I thank you so much for hanging around, sticking around, hanging out with me today. And please give this video a like if you enjoy adult coloring. If you have not already subscribed to the channel, please consider subscribing. I'd love to have you as part of the Dollar Diva family. And until next time, I want you to stay safe, stay awesome, and happy coloring. See you later.